Hello and welcome. Today you're going to be joining me while I make dinner, and I'm going to be doing an eggs poached in a tomato sauce. I have everything prepped here thanks to the family. So we're going to get started right away. You will need oil, a green pepper. We've used yellow because that's what we had. Onion, garlic. We don't have any garlic right now. We're out. So we have some garlic powder. Tomatoes, we have a can of diced tomatoes, salt, chili powder, cumin, oregano, eggs, and cheese. So let's get started. I'm turn my pan on and put some oil in. I'm cooking these in a large cast iron skillet today. This way there'll be more surface area. Once the tomato sauce is ready, we're going to be poaching the eggs directly into the tomato sauce, so that way we can put some more eggs in. Eggs poach quicker in water than they do in the tomato sauce, so it is going to take more than 3 to 5 minutes to poach the eggs. We're going to get started now. The pan should be warm. We have 1 pepper and 1 onion diced. There we are. Everything is cooking nicely in the pan, nicely chopped. Thank you very much to my husband, Jason. This is another recipe that I originally got out of the More with Less cookbook. And a participant at the prenatal nutrition program happening out of the Killaloo office, prenatal CRC, suggested the recipe, and I was really hesitant to try it. I'd seen it in here for years and always thought that it sounded just a little too odd for me. And we made it, and it's become one of the favorites that we do serve in Killaloo at the group, which we have weekly when there's no COVID. So it was a really good lesson to me to remember to try new things. My peppers and onions are getting nicely cooked, and I'm going to add the seasoning. So we have about 1 to 2 tablespoons of chili powder. I am going to put in the full 2 tablespoons. I don't measure things, I just use the palm of my hand. I have an idea of how much it is, and it's spices, so I'm going to change them as we go anyways. If I want a little bit more, I'll add more. And I always try to add a little bit less at the beginning because it's a lot easier to add more than to take it out. 2 tablespoons of chili powder, half a teaspoon of cumin, and half a teaspoon of oregano. Now in the cookbook that I have, it says that this serves 6 and there's 6 eggs. We normally have 2 eggs each with this meal. We do serve it on rice most of the time. So depending on how hearty your appetites are, you may find that this serves 6 or it might serve 3. I did put the spices in before I put in the tomatoes because I wanted them to cook off a little bit. It just makes them a little more flavorful, adds another depth to the dish. You may have noticed that I just turned the heat down. I had that on high. It should have been on a medium heat for doing this, but the pan just heated up and it was ready. So I'm going to add my can of tomatoes and give it another stir. Now I'm going to let that simmer for about 20 minutes and then I'll be back to show you some more results. The tomato mixture has been simmering. I'm going to add the eggs to it, and then I will get the camera and show you what that looks like. Just a second. Before cracking the eggs in, I have made little dimples into the sauce. And we're going to cover them with some cheese. I'm just taking the eggshells out that I dropped into the sauce. Okay, I'm gonna get the camera, show you a picture of that. I'm gonna put the cheese on, and then I'll come back when it's all done. I'm gonna put the cheese on top of the eggs. See, that's boiling nicely. And I'm going to cover up the pan, and we're just going to leave that on the lowest temperature. We're at the lowest temperature for about 5-10 minutes. Okay, so we're back. I have a bowl of rice right here. And some of these aren't quite cooked. Put a little bit of the sauce up there, but this middle guy is more than ready, so I'm going to take him out and put that into the bowl. Add a little bit of the extra sauce. And there you go. Now this one is hard yolk, and you can make it with a soft yolk or not. Sometimes I find that if I flip these upside down, so this is still little bit, oh no, that might have just finished cooking. Okay, so they are all cooked, and there is our shashuka